woman, as a man, as a youth, as a widow, even as children. There is a plan and a purpose by God for you. Therefore, it is important that we go in and look into these ministries. We are going to talk to all the people who are heading these ministries, the pastors who are heading the ministry, and ask more about the ministry so that we can connect. Even during this time of lockdown, as you're home, as you know, even we are at home and trying to connect them via video so that we can talk to them and put this information across to you so that you can connect. Doesn't matter what situation, lockdown you are in, still you can connect with the ministries at King's Revival Church Ministry. So let's dive into it, and let's talk to Pastor Russell, who is heading the men's ministry. So we are first going to talk to Pastor Russell. Pastor Russell, good to see you. Hope you're doing fine.
Yes, Vice President.
Pastor Russell, can you give us an insight to the men's ministry so that we understand from King's Revival Church, the men's ministry, what do they do, and what is the role that the men's ministry play in the ministry?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. And yes, where the men's ministry is concerned, we believe that this is one of the important ministries among all the other ministries that is under the King's Revival Church. Thank my spiritual father, Prophet Jerome Fernando, for giving us this opportunity to again get this going. So where the men's ministry is concerned, our main motive is to make sure that all men are connected and making sure that as they play a main role in the house, as the head of the house, to make sure that we get around them and see where and where we can come in as a church, as a body, to help them, to make sure that they are on correct grounding in material of, whatever the situation, job, finance, house, spiritual, being a father, family, covering all these aspects. Our main target, our main motive is to see that we get around them and we be around them to see how far we can be a kind of a help to them. So this is where our main focus is, where the men's ministry is concerned.
Can you let us know, what are the areas of connection that you are trying to make with the men? If I'm a business person or if I'm in a career, can I still connect and get some help in that area?
Yes, Vice President, what we are trying to do is, we have a team who will liaise with all the men who are at the moment currently in touch with us. We will get to know a platform of what kind of a stature they hold, or what kind of a position they hold, what kind of a company or office they run, so that we can have a platform of where they stand. And then if they want some guidance, we do have a brilliant team among our team where they are well educated. They can counsel these persons who are needing of kind of a help or assistance, and we'll get around them to see what kind of advice we can give them. If their businesses are going down, to see whether we can analyze and see what and where we can come in. Various things, even in a family, if somebody is going through a situation, to see why and how we as a ministry can come forward to make certain adjustments by not personal advice, but a collective advice from the entire team.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. So during this time, if we need to connect to the men's ministry, if there's someone out there who wants to connect, maybe for counseling, maybe for advice, maybe to understand what is going on, can you tell me, how do we connect now during this time?
Right. What we have done so far is, we have created a group among our leaders, and also what we are doing is, we are getting in touch with all our men from the various congregations, and keeping them knowing that this is one of the important ministries that is being carried out, And these are the contact numbers. Actually, it is not one contact number that we would give. We would give the entire team's contact number, so that whichever way that they can get in touch, they will always be able to get to at least one contact, which one of my number will always definitely be included. But their team will definitely be contactable, where we can always call them through yes, a call, maybe a WhatsApp message, or send them a text. Due to the current situation, we will not be able to make a personal visit to them, but constant contact with them is what we are looking at, to make sure that they are aware of our ministry, as well as they know that there is someone whom they can get in touch. So this is what we are doing at the moment, Vice President.
So these numbers, can you give one number, Pastor Russell, in case somebody is want to connect? Is there one number and they can maybe connect with some person out there now? Is there any number that you can give us now? Or
Yes. Actually, I can give you my number. That is 076 307 2577. I will repeat that again. That is 076 307 2577. And
thank you, Pastor
also,
Russell. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and also through the ministry, there was a message sent to us, so in a kind of a text form. So we forward that as well to all them. So most of the numbers of the entire ministry members are in that. So we keep on sending that. That's a kind of a flyer that we have received. So we will always make sure that it is put on the social media, as well as through any group, WhatsApp, or whichever way. We will make sure that flyer is sent to them, so that they can get in touch with each number.
Thank you, Pastor Russell. That is wonderful work that is happening in the men's ministry. We encourage you, if you are a man in this ministry, you must be connected to men's ministry. Iron sharpens iron. So it's important that you stay connected even during this time. So stay connected to Pastor Russell and his team, and I'm sure they'll be of help to you in terms of whatever you need in this time, in terms of advice, help, counsel. If you're if there's any need, I think they are able to advise you and help you, and they are there for you. So make use of this time, make use of the contact details that they are given, and stay connected to the men's ministry. So thank you, Pastor Russell. Now we are going to go into looking into the women's ministry in this at King's Revival Church. So we are going to talk with Pastor Marisa Yain about her role as the head of the women's ministry at King's Revival Church. Pastor Marisa, welcome.
Thank you, VP. Thank you.
Pastor Marisa, can you take us through the women's ministry? I know you have been an integral part of this women's ministry way back when King's Revival Church started the women's ministry. Can you take us a little bit to the history?
Well, yes, the ministry started in 2007, and actually 2007 January. So we mark 13 years in the women's ministry at the moment, and we have been actually blessed with a strong group of women in the ministry, with a strong group of the leadership. So I believe truly that we are able to minister to our women, to reach out to our women, even in time of need, because especially during times like this, I think it is our strength from the beginning that has actually prepared us for times like this. And I would really at this moment like to thank even Pastor Wendy, who was like so sentimental and who was actually the pillar that this ministry was formed on, with her true examples of loving people, with her true examples of reaching out to women from her own personal experiences and the life that she lived. So we had a solid foundation actually to build on. We had good examples to follow. And even me, my life coming from where I was as a young mom, as a young wife, how to deal with situations, how to handle situations. Basically, our motto in the ministry is to not be women that are wanderers, But what I always say, we have to be women that are ponderers, like Mary. Like Luke 2:19 says, Mary kept everything in her heart and she pondered. So this is where we are actually encouraging the women VP, because at times like this, when they are on lockdown, when they're at home 24/7, they are exposed to so many things with their children, with their husbands. How to deal with things is how we are encouraging them is to actually be like Marys in their home and to be women that ponder and not be women that are worried, not be women that are wandering, but be women that are pondering.
Excellent, Pastor Marisa. Can you also let us know in the women's ministry what kind of programs are you planning to do or have you done so that that how can the women connect through these programs, through these areas in the ministry?
Okay, we want to first get together with the leaders and discuss this, because I know even the leaders have been exposed to a lot of women that are connecting with them, that are talking to them. Needs are different. Actually, it's a vast amount of needs that we are dealing with at the moment, and we have a solid team. So just like Pastor Russell said before, even for the women's ministry, I just actually at this point like to thank Prophet Jerome, Pastor Wendy, for all the work for equipping us over the period of years, and even you, VP, for being such a strength actually to the ministry and for helping us and giving us that foundation to build on, giving us that strength to reach out to people and to minister to not especially to the women actually. So we've had women calling with different needs, and we've been able to, sometimes more than anything, I think at a time like this, all women need is to just have somebody hear them out. They just need to talk, because like you said, iron sharpens iron, and men need to get in touch with a men's ministry. Sometimes all a woman needs is to just get on the phone and just pour her heart out, and at that point what we say as leaders, what we tell them and how we guide them during that time, I suppose is the thing that is going to strengthen them and give them greater faith to take them forward. So that's what we are investing in, depending on what they're talking to us about, whether it's a relationship at home, whether it is a situation with the child, whether it's a need, whatever it is, we are ministering to them according to the hour. And I think that has been our greatest strength as a leadership, as a women's leadership, reaching out to these women.
Thank you, Pastor Marisa. That's a wonderful insight to the women's ministry. Pastor Marisa, at this time, again, if women out there want to connect with the ministry for whatever reason, is there any way that they can contact you? How does that work? Is there any way that they can connect with you?
Yes, they can call me on 0777 518814. If you're calling me from overseas, it will be +94 777 518814. That is my contact number, and I will actually set them out to the other leaders depending on the situation. Like I told you, VP, we have a fantastic team, and depending on the need and depending on what their situation is, I will guide them accordingly to which woman that they need to speak to. I'm always available, but as you would know, it is physically impossible to handle so many calls a day. So we have a fantastic team, a godly team, a powerhouse, actually, I would say. Women that are actually very strongly rooted in the word, women that are like Ruths, that are like Marys, that are like Elizabeth, and I rest assured that the women are in good hands.
Thank you, Pastor Marisa. That's wonderful. Thank you for that wonderful work that you're doing in the women's ministry. And I'm sure by connecting, if you're a woman out there in the ministry and you're wondering, you must connect to Pastor Marisa and stay connected to the women's ministry, because there are programs that they will be doing, especially aiming at you and aiming at different careers, different things, businesses. So stay connected to the women's ministry. So thank you, Pastor Marisa. Now we want to go into the youth ministry. You know, as I also have a teenagers in the house, whoever has teenagers in the house during this time, we need to connect with the youth ministry to understand how we are keeping in touch with the youth, and also what are the programs that as a ministry that we carry for the youth. So we are going to connect with Pastor Adrian, who is heading the youth ministry. Pastor Adrian, welcome.
Thank you, VP, for having me on this program, and together with Prophet, I'm really grateful to be here.
Pastor Adrian, can you take us through the youth ministry? I know there are a lot of members who are here who have youth in their house, and let us know how important it is for the youth to connect to the ministry and stay connected.
Absolutely, VP. The U ministry, as it is known, which is a part of the King's Revival Church, we go as U ministry. We have a very active Instagram page and many followers. So our whole idea in the U ministries, as we are known, is to raise, to build, and to empower the youth of the church and anyone else who would love to likes to get connected with the ministry. The age group ideally is from 14 to 22, and always we are looking at identifying youth with talents, with potential, raising them, building them, and empowering them so that they will be ultimately when they grow up to be young adults, they will have potential in them. They will have knowledge with them, and from there it will be very easy for them to face their adulthood and life as a whole. And when they reach adulthood, they will reach that age with wholesomeness and with knowledge and with the gifts that they had, which they didn't know, where we can identify and where they can use them at a later stage in their adulthood and their future. So that's essentially our plan of youth ministry: raising, building, and empowering youth.
Thank you, Pastor Adrian. Apart from the spiritual growth and foundation that you are laying with the youth, is there any area practical areas, the youth are having, issues probably at, with their growing up, and maybe school, maybe their career, maybe their, areas practically that they need help. Is there any program that in the youth ministry that you also connect with them at that level?
Yes, VP. Thank you for asking that question. So it's not all about spirituality. It's not all about fun. It's not all about games, but also the well-being of the youth, their needs, their worries, their troubles could always be brought to us. We have a brilliant, young but experienced counseling team within the U ministry. So basically, every church has a service leader, and the youth of the church will come under that service leader. And those service leaders are looked by myself and Pastor Sue, who heads U ministry, together with Shanaka and Benetra, who are the co-head leaders of where all the core team comes under. So everyone who has been selected has been who has the ability to counsel youth and to look after their needs, to address their needs, and whatever it may be, their addictions, and so everything that is brought to us has confidentiality, and we are able to handle just about every situation. So we have a brilliant core team together with myself and Pastor Sue. So there is nothing that we can't handle. So a counseling team and anything the youth face, I think we are well equipped to handle that, VP.
Pastor Adrian, thank you. That's a very important thing you mentioned, confidentiality. I'm sure the youth are facing, different obstacles, challenges in life. If they come and connect with the youth ministry and get advice and counseling, it is important to know that all that information and the discussion stays confidential between the person, and that is wonderful to know that, because I think sure that one of the biggest challenges that the youth is having today, because of the self-image, they don't want some of the issues to be discussed in a public manner and friends to know, and as a result they don't have an outlet to go and talk to because of confidentiality. And that is wonderful that you have put a program together that confidentiality is taken in very seriously. That is absolutely wonderful to hear. So I know that you have given some names. It looks like they sound a bunch of happy guys, and I am sure the youth should connect during this time of lockdown. Pastor Adrian, how do you connect to the youth ministry?
Well, before we really got down into proper lockdown, see, because of the brilliant team we have, and who are a bunch of young guys, so energetic and brimming with ideas and thoughts. As soon as we got wind of what was going to happen, we already have a pretty good active Instagram page. And we wanted to make it better because we felt that if we are going into lockdown and not being able to meet, we have to increase our digital footprint. And so the team got together and we put a series of programs together. And it started off by on the 9th of April, where I went live on Zoom and addressed many of the youth. We had 100 plus viewers. And there was absolutely amazing feedback from that. So the Instagram page of You Ministry is the key way, or where all the information pertaining to the ministry is broadcasted or displayed. So anyone wanting to know about the ministry, I encourage you to first go and be a part of, follow the You page of that's You Ministry of King's Revival Church. So everything you need is on that page. And so we started off with an amazing program on the 9th of April. It had a good response. That was my first live broadcast on You Ministry. It went down well, and we saw our followers increase. We saw our views increase. And if I'm to just go with what we encountered after that broadcast, we had about 603 followers on the You page. In 6 days, we had an increase of 62 people following us. Our views was on average 200 to 300. In 7 days, our viewership, or people who began to view the page and the content of the page, increased to 1,362. That is about 5 to 6 fold increase. So it goes to show that we are making an impact. People are interested, in spite of us not being able to meet. I think through digital media, I think we are doing an amazing job, and our footprint is increasing. We are getting amazing comments, and also going forward, beginning today, the respective churches, about 6 in all, have every service leader, together with myself and Shanak and Vinitra, who are the co-leadership, part of the co-leadership. We are having a Zoom night. Anyone can connect. The information is on the You page. So every church is going to have a You Zoom night, as we put it. So it will be a time of worship. It will be a time of sharing the word. It will be a time of where the youth can interact with us, share their ideas, their thoughts, and whatever they want to. And it's for about 45 minutes. So it begins today. It starts with Happy Church, and it will continue until that's throughout next week, I believe, up to next Thursday. So everything is on the You page, and I encourage everyone out there who is not connected to be connected, because we have some amazing things that are planned for the future as well. Going forward, every week something is going to happen, and even the power of God, the presence of God is actually. I have received comments where people have actually felt the presence and power of God in their living room where they have been while these broadcasts have been going on, and even the prophetic begins to flow. So it's an amazing season for the ministry, and we are looking forward to a few amazing programs and a amazing time going forward, VP, with the U ministry.
Pastor Adrian, that you Zoom night sounds interesting. Unfortunately, I am outside the bracket of the age group that you have put out there. But what would you say to the parents who are having teenagers in the house? How important it is that they connect to the ministry?
Well, this is the time when when your mind is idle, and sometimes this is the time for most teenagers where all sorts of thoughts will run through your mind when you're facing a situation like this where the entire world is challenged with the situation. So I encourage, without always being on social media and just being dormant and just letting idle thoughts take over your mind, get connected to the ministry, and you will find a lot of content in the ministry and through the ministry, where one day you could be a part of what the youth are doing in the ministry, and maybe you can contribute. Because see, we are looking for new talent, we are looking for new ideas, we are looking to identify new people, to raise them and to empower them, not just to follow us, but to be a part of what God is doing in the ministry, and God is raising new people, and we are sensitive to that call of and that plan of God. So we want to see new people, we want to see their talents, and the ministry will build a platform so that the youth who have hidden talents and ideas and whatever they carry potential, we will build a platform so they can actually showcase those talents by way of TikTok challenges and worship songs and whatever. They can show those talents on new ministry and be on an international platform where the entire world will begin to see the potential and the gifts that they carry. So it's just more than a ministry, but it's also showcasing the talents of the youth and what they carry.
Excellent. Pastor Adrian, can you tell me once again, what is the page that they need to connect to on Instagram? What is it called?
It's called U Ministry. Just go and log on. Just type U Ministry. You'll be led to the Instagram page.
Thank you, Pastor Adrian, for that wonderful insight to the youth ministry. I wish I came under that bracket so that I can have all these fun programs that you are having. But I encourage you, if you're a parent out there, it is important. As I am a parent, I know how important the friends that your teenagers, your children might have. And by connecting to a ministry like this, number one, not only that you will be surrounded with people who are like-minded, who are youth, who are godly. Number two, even if they have issues that they cannot come and raise it up to you, for whatever the reason it is, they have an outlet that they can go and share and have counseling by ways of a safe way to do this. And thereby they can overcome their challenges as youth, challenges as teenagers, which is very important today as we are living in a world that is controlled by evil, and so many things out there that are bombarded in their minds. So it's important that they stay connected so that they can, they can easily get over the issues of teenage years and youth issues that they might have. So it's wonderful work, Pastor Adrian. Thank you so much for being part of that. Even now, my children are part of the youth ministry, and I see them benefited from this. So I encourage, if you have youth at home, if you are in the category of 14 to 22, connect to the youth ministry. Thank you, Pastor Adrian. Now we are going to go. Thank you. Now we are going to go into an important segment. They say that the Bible says children are a reward from God. They are our inheritance as parents. So we are going to connect to the children's ministry now. Pastor Sharon is going to join us as we go dive into understand the children's ministry and what the children's ministry is up to. Pastor Sharon, welcome.
Hi, VP. Hi, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, Prophet, for this opportunity as well. Thank you so much. So, our
Pastor
vision,
Sharon,
yes?
Can you take us through the children's ministry of King's Bible Church? What do you, as the person in charge, as a pastor in charge of all the children in the ministry, how many children are under you right now?
VP, at the moment, we have 7 branches, and we have close to 400 kids within those 7 branches. But we also have 2 singular Sunday schools. We have 2 Tamil Sunday schools. So the vision of the children's ministry is that our children will be taught of the Lord, and great will be the peace of our children. And our main primary motive is to ensure that all our kids are rooted and grounded in the Word of God. So whether you belong to the Sinhala ministry, Tamil, we are all connected. We are all one family, and we have branches from Nigambo to Mount. So wherever you belong, you can join any of our branches, and we have heads to head all these branches, and we have close to 100 teachers. That includes Sinhala, Tamil, all we have close to 100 teachers, and we have close to 400 kids. So we believe that our kids are the future generation, and we believe that from them will come prophets, evangelists, teachers, and we want them to be rooted and grounded in God's word. And we believe as a team that this is a time that they come to know the Lord as their Lord and personal Savior. This is an age where they learn to share, where they learn to love, and we equip them for that purpose. And we have kids from 2.5 years to 14 years. So we have various lessons assigned for the various age groups, and our teaching methods vary. So there might be times we might teach them in the form of a drama, in the form of visuals, in the form of just showing them the story through a laptop. So we have various methods of teaching each child, but our main motive is they are rooted and grounded in the word, and when they go out into the world, that they will be good citizens, and also that they will love and respect and honor their parents, their elders, their teachers, and we ensure that we teach them the tools for it so that they are good citizens when they go out.
Wonderful work, Pastor Sharon. I mean, I'm sure during this time was such a competition out there in the schools of passing exams and tuition and all kinds of stuff, trying to get them ahead of the education and out there. But we can see how important this side of the child's connection is to the children's ministry. And as you inculcate the cultural aspects, the important things that we might miss out in school to learn, especially these days, including the respect that you bring to the elders and parents, and how to be a good citizen in the country so that everyone around them will be benefited. So it's wonderful work that you do. So let us know how important, as a parent, maybe a young parents who are having young kids, sometimes they might not see the importance of connecting to the children's ministry and the work that we do. So can you let us know how important it is from a biblical perspective that they come to the Lord at an early age?
Yes, VP. See, this is, like I said, it's a time where children come to know the Lord. And also, within the children's ministry, we identify the children's calling, and we identify the children's talents as well. And so it's a time where they help to love others. So it's very important at this time that it's not only the school curriculum that the parents concentrate on, because amongst the many families that we have connected with, we realize that a lot of emphasis has been given to the school syllabus these days, but however, we have been encouraging them to pray with the kids together, because we believe as a ministry that our children will be the leaders one day. And so we need to we keep on speaking to the parents, telling them the importance of staying connected with the children, praying with the children, encouraging them to read the word with the children. And we always keep in touch with the parents and the children, so that the children are able to balance things around them with the world around them, and with the systems of the scripture and everything in with what the word is telling us to do. So we always keep encouraging the parents when we have been calling them. But we noticed a lot of parents are emphasizing a lot on the school curriculum. But we just tell them, read the word with the kids. They are the future leaders, and they are the ones who will go out into the world one day, and they are the ones who will be our preachers, teachers, and evangelists.
Thank you, Pastor Sharon. Can you let us know if there is a parent out there who needs more information and wants to connect with the ministry? Where would they call? How would they connect to you?
Yes, VP. So in the past few weeks, all the 90% of our kids have been connected with either by call, and now we have started connecting with them through Zoom and also on WhatsApp. So 90% of the kids have been connected with. However, there may be a few kids whose contact numbers were incorrect or they have not given us the database. So I would love to speak to them, and you could contact me on 077 305 6666. I'll repeat that again, 077 305 6666, because right now, during the past few weeks, we have encouraged the kids who are 10 years and above to read one particular book in the Bible, which we have given them, and we are planning to give them a quiz. So they have been informed, and now we have given the kids who are 7 years and above memory verses so that we keep in touch with them. So there are certain branches that are connected through Zoom and through WhatsApp. And however, also I must say at this time, VP, there were certain families who connected and who needed help. And I want to thank the ministry, PJFA, Prophet. I want to thank Pastor Wendy also, that these families, they met the needs of these families within hours, the needs of these children, and their homes were met. So I really want to take this opportunity to thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pastor Sharon. Thank you, Pastor Sharon, for the wonderful insight to the children's ministry. And I'm sure all the children that are under you are blessed and continue the good work. And I encourage you, if you are watching and if you have children and in this category, and if you are not connected, as a parent, make that call to Pastor Sharon, connect with them. Even during the time of lockdown, I'm sure they will have a program to connect with your children and keep them going. So at this time, thank you, Pastor Sharon. Now we are going to look into a very important part of our ministry, the very heart of God, which is in the widows. So as a ministry, we take great pride that we want to take care of the widows in the ministry. And we have a special ministry called the Rising Ruth Ministry, headed by Sister Kitmani Di Fonseca. She leads the Rising Roots Ministry. So we are going to connect with Sister Kitmani now.
Thank you, VP, for inviting me to this program. It's the Rising Roots Ministry, as you know, is a ministry of love and compassion. It's for widows and single ladies of this church. And it's an honor to be connected to them and to serve them, because this is the heart of God.
Can you give an insight to the
Yes.
widows ministry, Rising Roots Ministry in King's Bible Church?
Yes. There are about 120 ladies in this ministry, and almost every one of them, as you know, have gone through loss or rejection or both. And it's the way we have to minister to them is different to the way we minister to others. So we concentrate more on their mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional issues, and as we want them to experience holistic prosperity. So as a team, we have a committee of 11 ladies who are hands-on, with 3 leaders for all the churches, overlooking all the churches, and we are constantly in touch with them. And they depend on us a lot, for the simple reason we have made them understand that this is a family and they belong to a family. so they can come out with whatever issues they are going through. We are always there for them. We have said that we are available at any time for them, and also that all they need is a lot of love from us, and a smile, a kind word, and that's how we minister to them. Of course, we give them calls frequently and visit especially the older ladies who can't get about, and visit the sick and see to their needs as well.
Auntie Kitmani, may I interrupt you? Can you also let us know what kind of programs that you have for the widows?
Yes, we do have several programs. As a committee, we decided not to have the normal praise and worship and the word being preached, because they receive so much of the word at KRC, and so we plan to have 2 outings for the year, because they really enjoy those outings with a fancy dress parade and baila competition and games and all that, and also have things like lunch, film, show them a Christian film, ending up with lunch, and have times for games and fun times of fellowship. Yes, those are the things we decided. And always at the end of the year, there is always a lovely Christmas party. So,
okay, Auntie Kitmani, can you let us know, with the current situation, what are the things that are being done in the widows ministry?
See, widows ministry, we have been quite active, in the sense getting in touch with these ladies very frequently, finding out their issues. We know some of them live alone, although some are with their children. We have still contacted them and been interested to know how they are progressing, how they are managing. And there were many who needed help financially. Also, they needed dry rations. So all that has been seen to. But I want to especially thank the pastors who are in charge of this ministry, who have always been there for us whenever we had an issue. When we can't get things across to them, there are some ladies who didn't have bank accounts, we couldn't get their monies, they couldn't collect their funds, then they didn't have, some of the others had no food. So all those things have been seen to.
Okay, thank you, Sister Kitmani. Is there anything that you want to ask?
I would also like to add to see, as much as we had issues and problems, there were some testimonies that would encourage others. See, at this time, there was a lady who had miracle money in her account, which was she was just amazed how it worked, but definitely it had been miracle money. So God is able to provide, because you know the heart of God. And also there was another lady who had a family issue for years. There was strain between her family members, and now they have reconciled. Also, one particular lady who has been very close to me, who has been really a loner, who didn't have many friends, but this is the time she is connected so much with the Lord that she's grown in leaps and bounds. This is a true testimony. I'm amazed at this lady's, the change in her, because she says, I don't need friends, I have the Lord with me. And she has been listening to Prophet Jerome's messages, reading the word, and growing in the Lord. So that is a beautiful testimony. So I thank God for all these testimonies. And last but not least, I would like to mention here that the goal of our ministry, the heart of our ladies of the committee, is to establish a home for few destitute ladies who will spend their autumn years, that they will have security, so they will be secure to know that their autumn years are okay.
Thank you, Auntie Kitmani, for that insight to the Rising Ruth Ministries and your plans for the future. I'm sure God is going to bless all those plans and provide what is needed. Can you tell me if anybody needs to get in touch with you from the Rising Ruth for the Rising Roots Ministry, how do they do that?
Yes, my mobile number is 0777 245 695, and also the Dehibala and Mount Ravinia ministries are headed by two ladies, and they are already in touch with them.
Thank you, Auntie Kitmini. Thank you, Sister Kitmini, for joining and giving an insight to the Rising Root Widows Ministry, which is an important ministry. Our man of God, Prophet Jerome, has put a very important, very high value to this ministry, and also in terms of even the funding that is required, that we are very concerned, and we keep a close eye on the Rising Youth Ministry. So I just want to let you know, thank you for the support and the programs that you handle, you do for the widows out there. And I want to encourage, if you're out there, connect with Sister Kitpani and get connected to the Widows Ministry. They do a lot of things other than the spiritual grounding. You will also get outings and fun stuff out there. So as a widow, if you're lonely, you have someone to talk to, you want counseling, you need to connect. So this is the time you can connect with Sister Kitpani with the mobile number given. So that is wonderful. Wonderful time that we had today with all of you, Pastor Russell, Pastor Marisa, Pastor Adrian, and Pastor Sharon and Sister Kitpani from all these wonderful ministries within ministry at King's Bible Church. Thank you for the wonderful work you do for the ministry and for the congregation out there. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching this program, doesn't matter who you are, if you want to get connected to any of these ministries, their numbers will be at the end of this program. We'll be listing the numbers. You can connect and stay connected. God will bring you to your purpose. You're born because there's a purpose that you have to achieve for God. Even before the foundations of this world, there is a plan and a purpose that God has ordained you, and that's why you're here. And for you to align with the purposes that God has called you, that purposes that God is calling you to, you need to align with the ministry, you need to align with the work of the kingdom, you need to align with the body of Christ. So here are some opportunities in the ministries, within the ministry, that you can connect to and stay blessed and continue. So thank you again. Stay blessed. Encourage each other during this time. And if you are in any of these segments, I encourage you to get connected and travel with them in this journey of life. Thank you, and God bless you.